Hello and welcome back to Dossie's Television Workshop. Today I've got to fix a bit of a domestic thing. This is a Manrose extractor fan from my bathroom, and the timer is playing up on it. It's one of those fans that comes on when you sort of switch the bathroom light on, runs for a number of minutes after the light is switched off and then shuts itself down, and it's been having some odd behaviour. It's been doing sort of weird things with its speed. Yeah, it is a Manrose MF100T fan, and it's probably been up there for about, I don't know, 8-9 years, something like that, and it's been fine until recently. So what I've actually done is I've already bought a replacement because I needed a quick fix. So I bought exactly the same fan again and just swapped the body over and made the wiring back up. So all well and good, but it'd be a shame if this ended up in landfill, wouldn't it? And they don't go forever. So, you know, when that one, the one that's currently installed, packs up, maybe I can have a freshly refurbished one to put in its place. It sort of comes on this quite adaptable little bracket, and I've got that piece off already. Literally, I just swapped the bodies out, so these bits, and you can see there's some unpleasantry going on in there, but hey, not interested in that. The bit I'm interested in is this little block of electronics in here. You can see here's our connector that goes off to our motor. Then we've got a black box of some description. We've got a few jumpers. I'm not going to mess with those because I don't know what they do, to be honest. On this side we've got live, neutral and our switched lead. Now the live and neutral are permanent, so it can run on after the light has been switched off. The switch lead goes back to the live connection from the switch and tells it to come on. So yeah, right at the minute it's not really behaving very well, so we need to take it apart. This pot here, by the way, adjusts the time. You can see timer written on there. What I suspect is happening, I don't know what this black lump is. Oh, I do, it's just a capacitor. Oh, jolly good. Probably to make the phase change for the motor. So, yes. Right, let's remove the circuit board. I suspect errant capacitors, but then again, I always do. So, yeah, there we are. Right, we will need a suitable screwdriver. I'm going to remove this PCB. Yeah, the timer, it sort of does funny things with the motor speed, and yeah, it doesn't run, then cuts out and then comes back on again. So I suppose it could be, oh, we've got a chip on the bottom. Okay. So, is it some sort of microcontroller thing? Who knows? Let's have a look under the magnifiers. C10. Oh, there it is. It's a 4001 logic gate. Okay. Do I need to reverse engineer this, or can I just wing it? It's not microcontroller, so good. It hasn't got some form of software in it that bricks itself. I do wonder sometimes whether manufacturers do that. You know, purposefully build in some sort of timer that bricks something after a period of time. I suspect I'm wrong, because it wouldn't really be legal, would it? But hey. Right, so it's simplicity itself, this power supply. I know because I've done a lot of them before, or attempted to do a lot of them before. So the live comes in here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. There we are. How's that? So the live comes in. There's literally just a dropper resistor here. A diode to half-wave rectifier, bit of smoothing, and I suspect that's our timing capacitor there. There's also a transistor there. Don't know what that's doing. It's coming off the neutral and it goes back to that there. Where's it? I wonder if that's some sort of triac. Could be. Anyway, first things I'm going to check. Let me widen out again so you can see what's going on. First things I'm going to do is check the value of this resistor. This used to be tiny in those little bathroom fans, the sort of wall-mounted ones. And they frequently went either high or open and stopped the fun. I've got 21k. I'm certainly looking at 20-something K, 22k maybe. Does look a little discoloured, but 22k sort of rings true, doesn't it? So, yeah. What's the betting? It's either one or other of those capacitors. Right. Let's break out the peak ESR meter and see what the ESR of these little capacitors is reading like. So, I'm going in on there. Analysing. Open circuit, low capacitance. Let's just try that again. Ah dear, that's going to be our problem, isn't it? Where's the other capacitor? Up the other end. You can imagine this sits in the attic, and the temperature in the attic in the summer months sort of gets up to 40 or 50 degrees in there. It gets rather warm, so anything that has to operate in those conditions is going to suffer. That one, 316 mic, 0.19 ohms. So what is it? It's 330. That one's all right. This one, not so much. Right, let's pop the soldering iron on and fetch it out. So negative is towards the edge of the board. Okay. Right. Oh good, I've got my big chunky tip on. That'll hit both at the same time. That should just fall out of the board, really, shouldn't it? Put some fresh solder on there, always helps. There we go. And pull him out. There we go. C2. What was he once upon a time? It used to be 47 microfarads at 25 volts. Right, actually somebody gave me a big box full of capacitors the other day. Is there a 47 at 25 in there? There's a 47 at 25. That looks superb. Crumbs, is that it? It's tiny. That's 47 at 16. Ah, it's this one here, that's more like it. Yep, 47 at 25. Jolly good. Right, let us just clean the old solder out of those holes. Negative towards the outside. Oh, it's even marked on the silk screen. The positive pole of that capacitor is actually marked on their silk screen. How lovely. Well done, Manrose. There we go. Pop him in. Display the legs. Dab of solder. The snippies. Quick inspection. Make sure I haven't blobbed over and shorted our supply rail out. Nope, that looks wonderful. I wonder what those two diodes are doing. I wonder if they're Zenas to hold the supply rail down a little bit in the event of the mains coming up and down. Who knows? And to be honest, I don't really care. Right, zoom out a bit, there we are. Let us reassemble Whoops. That screwdriver is not doing the job. That's more like it. Plug the motor back in. Now we're going to need to organise some mains. So, and we've got to make a switched lead up as well, just for testing. So I'm going to connect my test leads to my unsafe block. Yep, there's power is off at the moment. So that we shall call neutral. Is that going to fit in there, or are you going to be a pain? It's going to slip in a treat. This is going to be our live. Okay, don't try this at home, folks. It's going to be horribly dodgy. And then I'm going to need to create some sort of switch lead. How am I going to do that? Oh, I know. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put my meter into current, and then I can just probe across those two, and that should enable the timer. Not dangerous at all, really, is it? I'll tell you what, actually. Have I got some shielded probes? On account of the old tremors, not very good at the moment. And I've got this nice box of probes I bought from Amazon on a bit of a deal. And have we got really shielded ones? Does that? No, that doesn't. Maybe we don't have. Got some nice pointy ones. Nice tweezer ones, look, for doing surface mounted bits. They might be useful one day. Oh, what about those? Nope. I'm going to use these needly boys here because there's less exposed conductor sticking out of them, which pleases me. Where's the other one? I thought I had that a moment ago. Oh, here we go. That's just what I want. Something with a little bit of exposed nib. So let's take those out of there, which put that round to 80 amps. Not that it'll make any difference or be measuring much. So we'll go in the amp range there, and in the COM there. Lovely. I'll put those in there. Whoa. That fits on there, that fits on there. Well, that's quite neat, really. I like that, lots. Right, let's give it some power. And nothing has happened, which is sort of expected. So now I've got to do the dodgy bit. Bear with me. So we want to go between the live and the switch. So I'll put on the switch. Onto the live, and it's running. We are moving air. Right, let's see if it shuts off neatly in about a quarter of an hour. There it is. Just shut off, a shade under 15 minutes, but like I say, it's adjustable with that control there. So yeah, it's a quick win here on Doz's Television Workshop. I'm going to box this up, put it in the attic, and save it for a future use when the other one throws in the towel in probably 10 years' time. Anyway, click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you very soon here on Doz's Television Workshop. Just one capacitor. Bloomin' marvellous.